Sylvester, welcome to the Up the Glen podcast. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Oh, I'm not too bad. I'm not too bad. It's so good to have you on. So how long have we known each other now? A couple of years?
It's gonna be like 2 years now.
2 years. So I wanted you to explain what juju is.
Juju?
Yes.
Well, I feel like juju means a lot of different things for other people, but I think juju for me means all the energy things that we do, like manifesting,
Yeah.
meditating, anything that has to do with your mind, your body, your soul. That's what I
So
consider.
in America, if you have juju, it means you're spiritual.
Yes.
Yes. So tell me about what it means whenever people get a cleanse, a spiritual cleanse.
A cleanse? Well,
Yes.
here there's like so many different ones. It kind of depends on like what people need it for. There's do you want to know the ones I've seen?
Yes. Yes. Definitely. Let us all know.
There was one that like somebody had done a lot of like negative like black magic towards them, so they
Yeah.
needed to cleanse that. And the lady like she got like a live chicken
Yeah.
and she like cut the head off, and it was like a peace offering kind of.
Yeah.
It was a little intense. I've never gotten one of those
And how much
cleanses.
is it to get a cleanse, Sylvester?
Those are like around 300.
For a spiritual cleanse?
Yeah.
My God, that is expensive. Have you ever had one done?
Um I've had one, but it wasn't that intense.
It wasn't that intense. So what do they do? Just cut a chicken's head off?
And then they start doing their little rituals and they start speaking tongue, and then
Yeah.
it's intense.
So are people very, very spiritual in California or not so much?
I feel like I usually attract them, so
Yeah,
I come in contact with a lot of spiritual people.
yeah.
Hmm.
Um, I would imagine it to be a bit harder out there because there's a lot of you always said to me, because we're good friends, you always said to me that people can be quite, I don't know, fake in a
Really
sense.
fake. We're like we're all we're all
You're
plastic
all
here.
plastic. So what about you're in Visalia? What time is it there right now?
It is 10:57 a.m.
Oh, it is. It's 6:57 p.m. here. So we're good 8 hours away from each other, aren't we? And we're going to be going
It,
to Greece later this year, and you're going to be coming on the
yes,
podcast again. How do you feel about that?
yes. Oh, I can't wait. I feel I've never had a friend for like almost 2 years and like not met them in person.
I
So
know.
this is like really exciting.
I know. I know. We had all COVID together too, didn't we, love?
Yeah.
All of that craziness. So,
We were depressed together.
yes, we were. We were depressed together. Sylvester, what was the last thing you manifest?
The last thing I manifested was healing.
Healing.
I've been doing a lot of healing
Oh, have
lately.
you?
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
Well, there's a lot of like shadow work that I've been doing.
Yeah.
It's like really intense, and like sometimes when I talk to my clients about the shadow work, I feel like they're not really aware of what it means.
Yeah.
Um, and it's basically just like stuff that you would talk to a therapist about,
Yeah.
but you're literally doing it by yourself through meditation.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot of like childhood trauma, just healing from the inside out.
Yeah. And facing things as opposed to.
Yes,
Yeah.
instead of just like throwing things under the rug, like you actually like you get it done, you know?
Yeah, what people don't realize is to do your shadow work is actually to get things done instead of just not wanting to admit it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it is admitting certain things. Well, I've seen you growing quite a lot lately, well, in the last sort of year. Um, but I guess it's learning just other people's energy, isn't it? Like, really?
Yeah.
Um,
You know what's crazy? I honestly feel like you being from Ireland, like I've always thought that people from like different countries have like a different sense of humor.
yeah,
But literally the very, very first time that you FaceTimed me,
yeah,
I just remember thinking like, Jesus, like this man, like we literally just vibed from like the first second that I picked
Yes,
up.
we definitely did. And then you did your ancestry,
Yeah.
and
I am is it descendant from
descendant.
Irish king?
Yes, the actually in Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
How weird is that?
Right? And
It's
then
so
the
weird.
way we met, it was just so funny. Like,
Yes, a girl that I read, you did her hair as well. Desiree
yeah,
Martinez.
yes. Shout
Bless
out
her.
Desiree.
Desiree Martinez, we love you. Desiree's all good. We met the both of our clients, and we are both very very spiritual. It's been interesting to see what way spirituality is on that side of the world.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to Grace too. Sylvester, what else spiritual's been happening to you?
Um, I think like because it kind of started getting more intense like around the time that I met you. So
Yeah,
I feel like when I hit my 30s, I remember just like now that like dating and stuff, like I feel like I see the red flags more
yeah.
clearly.
Red fucking flags, and this time will be the bull. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
We're fed up with it. We've seen that many flags now that we've decided to be the bull, and it's not even
Let
going
me
to be a
tell you,
flag.
especially
Change that.
being in the gay industry and
Yeah,
dating,
yeah,
like I feel like it's already hard enough to date,
yeah.
but being able to see through people with our
I
energy
know.
is like,
Yes. Like I kid myself and I pretend I go along with it. I see what I want to see. But ultimately I know. I
yeah.
know. And I allow myself to get hurt every single time.
Why do we do that? Why?
I don't know. There's a vicious vampire or there's a bitch connected to us that just keeps whipping us.
Do we like vampires?
I think we're in the S and M. That's what it is. We're in an S and M relationship with the universe.
Glenn, you look like a genie right now.
Do you? Do you know a
Yeah.
lot of people has been calling me a genie lately?
Yeah.
So I don't know what they mean by that. Maybe because I'm getting more magic lately.
She's the genie.
So Sylvester, how does your very first podcast feel?
Um, I'm a little shy. I'm a little camera shy, but we're
Well, I
good.
don't know. I think you're starting to rack up. Say something good in Spanish. Say something fabulous in Spanish.
Yo no sé qué quieren saber.
Do you remember that fella?
Tengo.
Remember that fella I dated, and I was like, "Tu bonito, cuño."
She's Mexican.
She's Mexican.
Oh
Sylvester,
man.
it's been great having you on. What books are you reading at the minute? What cards are you using? Tell us.
One of my clients, she gifted me these really pretty cards from Italy.
Yeah.
I don't know the name of them, but they're like really pretty.
Yes. If you can send me photos of them to pop them in, because when you're talking about certain things, certain wee things get through anyway. We know how to edit.
Yeah.
But Sylvester, thank you so much for coming on. You've been a star. Everyone on this podcast already knows who you are, simply because I've been saying on every episode, Sylvester's coming on, Sylvester's coming on, Sylvester's coming on. So, Sylvester, you'll definitely be coming on a lot more. And hopefully, whenever you come over to Ireland, or when I go over there, when we go to Grace, we're going to get a lot more filmed. Because we're
Yes.
very similar, aren't we, in ways?
Very.
Very similar views and all, too.
I'm the annoying one though.
Yes, you're the Virgo, and we're
The
not
messy
the
Virgo.
messy Virgo. And fuck, you can be any more messier than me, but you're the Virgo. You
Well,
go
thank
from
you for
like
having me.
cold to hot. Yes, Sylvester. Say goodbye to everybody. Welcome to the Up the Glen podcast. This week I've got two guests coming on. A girl that I have known for quite some time. Um, when I had my photo studio, right, it was a long time ago, maybe 10 years ago now. Facebook was still very up and coming. The likes of this like and share competition thing. That was really how I put myself up there and how it went crazy. But not only that, there, this isn't really how I met Kelly, because I remember Kelly's child actually had won an iPod. And that's how I kind of met Kelly, which is my next guest. And Kelly then started getting into pageantry. She runs her own pageants now. She does it all for charity. She's raised quite a lot of money. I've seen quite a bit of effort. Previously, she had asked me to come on to be a judge for some of the pageants. So I thought she'd be a really, really good guest. She's a keen photographer as well. She likes to take her photos, and we had actually worked together when I had a studio. I'd let her come down and things, and do a wee bit of photography and that there, and she's definitely going to be a great guest. And then next we have my friend Gerard, who is an absolute star. Never known anybody to bring a Ouija board up to the house and go, Glen, right? So we did a Ouija board. I really wanted to lift some of the taboos regarding it. It isn't something that I fear, all right? And I wouldn't go into something with fear in my heart, okay? And that's what I meant by last week. I wasn't trying to be your ma, everybody. I wasn't trying to tell you what to do. However, what I will say to you is it's not a toy. I don't recommend that anybody just picks one up and thinks it's a toy and uses it inappropriately, all right? And especially if you've got a lot of fear in your heart, I certainly would not recommend it, all right? However, I love all paranormal stuff. I love everything to do with this sort of stuff. My audience, I'm on my Facebook page, love it all as well. So we've been doing some things, live streams and all this week, and I actually have used the Ouija board twice in the last week, and I'm going to use it again tonight. So my second guest is going to be the person who's been doing that with me. This guy has a few Ouija boards at home. He loves his witchcraft. So it's going to be a great episode, folks. This one might not be as long as the other episodes. I think from next week onward, we're going to be bringing some of our previous guests on to talk more about their intimate journey, and more about things they've been through in life. And again, we are going to be doing a more interactive sort of a podcast later in the year, where I'm going to be doing mediumship. All right, I'm going to be asking some people at home to get involved with that. Some people at home to get involved with that. Random people, I would like them to come along. I want to do it in an intimate setting where I'm going to be doing mediumship. And one of the things that I want to do is for them to bring an item belonging to their loved one, or the person that's passed. And it's going to be a lot more intimate in that way. It's just, for me, it's about creating content with the various different aspects of spirituality. And one of the things I love about doing this wee series is that everyone they've brought on has their own wee spiritual quirkiness there, their own wee bit of artsy, if you want to call it that, and their own wee way of being. So I will be asking a lot of people what they've manifest, yes. But yeah, always remember, folks, keep a wee eye, because I'm going to be looking for some people to get involved with my next podcast, all right? Obviously, this one is a lot of all people that I know, friends and things, people that I've known for quite some time, people that I've had previous dealings with and work dealings with and friendships with and things like that there. But definitely the next podcast that you're going to see, I'm going to be looking at some of you people at home that would like an intimate reading, would like to speak that loved one in spirit, would like to get that message and that healing. I feel like I'm going to call it Glen's Gift. All right, I'm going to call it Glen's Gift. I'm going to get the artwork on that created soon. I've got ideas for my set, what way I want it to be. It's going to be beautiful. I'm going to wear a nice shirt and things. I want it to be nice and proper. And I'm really, really hoping that people actually get involved, because I want some strangers to get involved where I can genuinely use the gift that I have to blow them away and give them the comfort and the relief and the healing that they need. All right. So let me welcome my next guest, my first guest, should I say, Miss Kelly Haddock, to the Up the Glen podcast. Kelly, you do a lot of pageantry.
Yes, I do.
Tell me about it.
Yes, so we started about 6 years ago, and we have blown Northern Ireland out of the water. We have got so much following at the minute. We've got so much support. I never thought when we started out that we would be where we are right now. Once we have our international finals, which we hope to bring back international crowns to Northern Ireland, we will be going bigger and better next year.
Yeah. So how did you get started in all this?
My wee girl, I put my wee girl into a competition on Facebook, basically, and when she was 2, and she won it, and from then on I was a wee bit of a tearaway whenever I was younger. This gave me something to focus on.
Yes.
If I'm honest, this has completely changed my life. I have done a 360 flip, and I have never ever been happier. The friends I've met from it, the children I meet is the main thing. The smiles on their faces, the confidence they get, and the charity is just a bonus.
Yeah. And how much have you raised now?
Just over 40,000.
Kelly, that's amazing. Absolutely incredible. And how can people get involved?
So our Facebook page is Beauty Pageants Northern Ireland, BPNI, and all you do is send me a wee message. It really isn't hard. Anybody is welcome. We have children with all different backgrounds. We have children. A wee girl, our Alicia, is Down syndrome, and she is our inspirational princess at the minute. We also have lots of kids who have autism, ADHD. It is for everyone.
That's great for confidence building. For confidence building in them. I remember you had asked me to be a judge before.
Yes.
Down, where was it? Down on the Shore Road.
Crusaders.
In the Crusaders, I'm just seeing all the kids and the confidence in them and the pageantry of it all. I mean, I like the way you take it really light.
Yes.
It's really, really like, as some
Absolutely.
pageants, I think sometimes it can be a wee bit, it is very official, it's very like, but yours, I just felt like everyone there was having fun.
Yes.
They
that's
were
what
all
it's
really,
about.
really,
At the
really
end of
having
the
fun.
day.
How many events a year would you do roughly?
2.
2?
We're back to 2 a year now. So
Brilliant.
we had one in Spring Beauty, and
Yeah.
now we're having Northern Irish Beauty, which is a Halloween themed one.
Brilliant.
On the 30th of October, and it's in the Clayton Hotel.
Oh, that's
in Belfast.
brilliant, brilliant,
have
brilliant. So can
38
people just buy
contestants.
tickets and go to it, or?
Yes.
Brilliant,
So
brilliant,
just
folks.
contact me, and you can come and see what it's like. If you don't want to get involved because you're not really sure, because pageants is a new thing over here.
Yes.
It's big in England and Scotland
Yeah.
and Wales, but over here it's sort of a new thing.
Yeah.
And we tend to take our kids quite serious. Like
Yeah.
whenever it comes to our children over here, like we want to make sure that they're being
Yeah.
treated right and they're not being like
Yeah.
sacrificial lambs. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, yes.
So everybody likes to know what they're getting involved with,
Yeah.
and we just want to make sure that everybody knows that we're all about the children. They're like not allowed to wear makeup. There's
Yeah.
no tan. There's no fake eyelashes. It's not toddlers and tiaras. It's
Yes.
all natural,
Yes.
and it's all about community work and
Yeah.
charity work, and
And
that's
charity
what
work,
we're
yeah.
about. Yeah.
Fantastic. It's really, really brilliant. So other people can maybe go there and say they've got a wee one there and go, I would love to get her involved next
Yeah.
year. Perfect to go and
Yeah,
let them
absolutely.
let the kids have a wee bit of, if you've got a princess at home,
Yeah.
or a prince
Yeah.
that just loves the stage, I really feel like this type of thing.
The boys are better than the girls.
I think that's
Oh,
right. I've
the
seen
boys
that.
are
The boys are
absolutely
really into
amazing.
that last day when
They
I was
really are.
judging for you. The wee boys were all really into
really,
it.
really love it.
And I was thinking to myself, God, if I had that when I was young,
Mm-hmm.
probably wouldn't have been allowed to go, but I would have loved to have went.
Yeah.
It would have been definitely been for me. So business-wise, Kelly, you do parties and things as well, don't you?
Yes, I started last year doing like balloons and events, and I done something for a wedding last week. So I'm just really like, I'm getting myself out there.
Yeah.
And just need to get my driving done, and hopefully that's me. Like I really am. Have never been in a better place than I
Yeah.
am right now, and
Yeah.
my business and stuff's going really well. It's bespoke packages, Northern
Yes.
Ireland. So it's all BPNI. That's my.
Yes,
That's me.
BPNI.
That's me. So
Yes. You'll be able to see in this video anyway, some different pictures and links and things. Kelly, you've done it really all yourself, haven't you, love?
Yeah.
Without really any
Yeah.
sort of
absolutely.
help, really?
I always knew deep down that I'm very, very creative.
Yeah.
Always knew that I wanted to do something creative. I've always, like, I worked at McDonald's for 4.5 years. I was working my way up the shift manager, but I knew it just wasn't
Yeah.
me. Working the long hours and all, it just wasn't me. So whenever I found balloons during COVID, I was like, yes, I love this.
Yeah.
I love creating. I love giving something like somebody a wow to walk into
Yeah,
them parties,
yeah.
the christenings and stuff. It's just
You love
great.
organising?
Yeah.
You really do.
I
You
do.
love
I
organising.
do.
See,
Even
I'm no good at organising. I've ADHD. I struggle, but you just love organising.
Even the pageants and stuff, it's like 40 contestants. It's a big organisation, and
yeah.
it's just me. Everybody thinks that there's loads of people behind the scenes, and
Yeah.
it's just me. It's
Yeah.
just me. So
Yeah, you basically use doing it all.
Yeah.
It must be hard work too, like, but rewarding, I would say
yes,
too.
absolutely.
So
you're
what about
right.
spirituality? What was the last thing you manifest?
Don't really know about that situation.
Was it what we just spoke about?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
yeah.
basically,
Sometimes you can manifest certain things, and
I-
it's not always good. Go ahead.
stuck in that wee bit there. Manifested, though I knew, obviously, as I just said, I knew fine rightly there was something more in me. I've always wanted to run my own business, and I knew deep down I could do it.
Yeah.
So it's just having the faith in yourself and knowing and believing that you can
Yeah.
do it, no matter what. At the end of the day, if you know inside that you can do something, you can do it, no matter how hard it is, no matter what you think like it's going to stop you. Just do it.
Yeah.
Just take that faith and just do it.
So what would you say to anybody at home, say maybe young mothers just had a baby, very creative, but doesn't get any help from anybody? What would you say?
Work on yourself. Do it in your own time. I started at home.
Yeah.
Still do everything at home.
Yeah.
And like young babies are hard. My wee Joseph, like he'd done nothing but cry when he was a baby. But give yourself time, like give yourself credit. You're doing you're doing the best that you can, and
Yeah.
you will get there. You will get some more free time, but just keep thinking and keep creating in your head, and you'll get where you want to be.
Yeah. I think so too. I think it's all about. I think a lot of mummies. I think this
Very
is what
hard on
it's
themselves.
very hard. Yeah, because they become mother and then they think, God, that's it. Where's my life now? What can I do? But I feel like that's the perfect time where you can bang on doors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you start opening up to what you really want in your life
Definitely.
is whenever you become a mother. Absolutely.
Yes. I mean, as I said, when I read people, Kelly, I say to them, look, I know what you want right now, and it's really clear. It's black and white, and it's going to happen. I said, but see a second you lay an egg, what you
Yes.
want is changing. What you want is changing. And I always say to people that work with kids and childcare and all, I always say, you're going to have a baby and then you're not going to do that. And usually I'm right to become a nurse or something then,
Yeah.
but I do believe there's something empowering and having kids, and then that gives you strength.
Mm-hmm.
As such, so what have you got coming up lately? soon?
I don't really want to talk about it, but I am 30 in a couple of weeks. So
Happy birthday, Kelly.
thank
Life
you.
begins.
I don't really want to think about that situation, but as you say, life begins at 30. So have that, and then obviously this pageant coming up, so it's all go the next couple of months, getting everything sorted, getting all the music behind the scenes, everything finalised, and just it's a really fun one because it's for Halloween and it's our last one before we go to international, so it's going to be more of a party and a fun-based thing. So I want to have it perfect and the kids to have fun.
Oh,
at the
that'll
end
be
of the day.
brilliant. Halloween party, folks, and where is it?
It's the Clayton Hotel in Belfast.
The Clayton Hotel in Belfast. Get on it, folks. It could be good to bring your kids to,
Yeah.
especially if you would like to, you know, I think if that everybody has kids, probably wants them to be. Everybody wants that, but I mean, some kids are games badgers and some aren't. If your kids are game,
we have kids that
definitely
come from us from across Northern Ireland, like Portadown and Cookstown, and it's from that. It's not just people that know me. It's my support aren't people that are close to me.
They're not.
My
I've
support
noticed that
is people
that
from
you've never even met.
Never even met before.
It's like it's really is like that. It's like that in business. You'll find where you're from and all people maybe, but wider. It's a wider community. I've seen people all over. And what about Ella? Ella's one of the girls too. I know her quite well.
She got married last week.
She got married. I can see that. God love her.
And that's what I mean. Like me and Ella, we knew each other. Obviously, she came for photos and stuff, but we weren't that close until pageants. And now me and her are best friends.
She gets a lot of healing from it too, doesn't she?
She's one of my closest friends. She's an absolute.
And she was like, I remember photographing her wee girl many years ago, and they were all into the pageants and all. She just loves it. So it's great to see that you have became more active in that now.
We're very empowering with each other as well.
Yes.
We're always building each other up. There's no jealousy or anything like that. It's always empowering each other. It's really good to see.
I think it's great for the wee one's confidence. I definitely do. And I think it'll set them up for life. It'll set them up for really getting into social situations, set them up for school. If they're able to go on stage and express and
talk
and be who they are, I think that does really what's powerful.
Absolutely.
So Callie, I really hope that it really grows and grows and grows, love.
Thank you.
Callie, love, you've been a great guest.
Thank you very much.
Anything you want to say to people at home?
Just keep doing you.
Keep doing
no
you.
matter what, it's in you, and say whatever you want to be, just keep doing you.
Any Netflix recommendations?
I'm crime and horror and
that's me at the minute too. That is me at the minute.
I don't really want to show back that stage.
Anything sort of crime related, I just love at the minute.
Yes, I'm very CSI.
I think fucking Netflix is getting very dear, but very, very expensive. And they're going to start charging you now for multi-share.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Oh, no.
So, I don't know, but you can stream everything nowadays, can't you?
I know, I use Prime more than Netflix now.
Well, I have a wee friend, he just logged me into Prime, actually. His Prime, I didn't realise half the things are on your footballers' wives and everything.
Everything. There's a lot on it, like.
So, Amazon Prime, folks, check it out. We should
to
have one of them wee codes, put our code in and fucking get free Prime.
10% off.
10% off. Callie, will you come on again before we wrap it up?
Absolutely.
Perfect. We're going to get some wee bits in, so during this video, you'll be able to see wee different things. But I've known Callie a long time. We used to work together. Obviously, I've seen you grow from the likes of Minnie's Boutique, which was she blinked dummies, she blinked pram. What did you call them? Charms. Them charms.
Baby outfits.
You should get back into that.
It's too time consuming.
I know it is. You have to bling every wee bit, but
It's
that
too
was
time consuming.
Huge.
It was great.
Really,
it
really,
was
really
huge
huge
at the time, but even the canvases at one stage were big.
And you still like a wee bit of photography?
Love photography.
Yeah.
I really do. It's just getting the time to do it.
It is. I mean, I still enjoy it too, but it's just getting that suppose that wee bit of time. And
I'm hoping some stage in the pageant so that I can actually step away from directing and sort of start doing photography with them and stuff. So
that would be amazing. Like.
I'm getting a wee shed and all built out the back, and I'm going to have like my own studio to bring my girls and boys up and do their photography and stuff.
If anybody needs a canvas, Callie is your woman, folks.
Yeah.
We're going to have another guest on very, very soon. He's going to talk about his Ouija board. It's going to be very, very exciting. So, Callie, you've been a great guest.
Thank you very
so
much.
Mwah.
Have a great Friday weekend, even, folks.
Callie, you have been brilliant. Thank you for coming on. We're back round in the house again. When I tried to access the hut, couldn't get at it. Very muddy Saturday. Wasn't for happening. And to be honest, I pushed for time today, folks, because can't wait for later to catch up with Jay and do a seance. Speaking of Jay, I'm going to bring him on now. He is my next guest. He gifted me with a magic wand. We've been out doing some spiritual stuff in the last week, creating some content. And he's going to be a great guest. It gives me great pleasure to welcome my next guest, Gerard and I. Gerard, welcome to the UPPA podcast.
Thank you, Glenn.
Well, we did try to get into the hut
Yeah.
No, sit where you're sitting. Make sure you're all in the shot.
Oh, yes.
Because we tried to get into the hut, all right, and we couldn't get into the hut because it was locked. So we've realised now we can only access it at certain times. So, Joe, we've actually done the last episode I'd done on this podcast to talk a wee bit about Ouija boards. How many Ouija boards have you got?
I'd have about 2 or 3, so it would.
Have
But
you?
having said that, it took me a long time to actually buy one, so it did.
What age were you when you got your first one?
It was only about 2 years ago.
Really?
So it was, and then I had to smuggle it into the house because my ma was just dead set against them. Like, so
Dead against them. There's
Oh,
a
God,
lot of taboo about them. And we've actually did a seance lately, haven't we?
Yeah.
We've done 2 now.
Yeah.
And wasn't it good? I think
It
it was
was.
good fun.
Yeah. Well, having said that, the broomstick fell, so it did. So it was
Yeah,
like,
the broomstick fell after
Aye.
we had did the seance.
Mhm.
The broomstick had fell. George, why don't you tell people what we actually use the broomstick for?
The broomstick, you always use the broomstick just to run a wee circle around wherever you're working, because that would create like a wee bit of protection.
Opening
for you.
and closing.
Opening and closing.
Opening and closing
And
circles.
then, so you would do it in a clockwise position whenever you're starting it, and then an anti-clockwise position whenever you're finishing it.
Yeah.
That would open and close the circle then. So it would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And were you scared when you did it at all?
Yeah. More so the second time, actually.
Yeah.
Aye, more so the second time. Just
Yeah.
because the broomstick
We had
fell.
went up to the graveyard, all right, and we had done a seance. We had a Ouija board out. A lot of the followers, we did this live, we did it on my Facebook on a live stream. A lot of the followers had seen a certain name being spelled out. So this is why we wanted to do a second one. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. And actually, what is weird is the previous guest, Callie, that you seen on there, had actually said to me, "Oh God, Glenn, I love all that stuff. I would love to come up someday and do a Ouija board." And I actually said to Gemma, who was on the podcast, if she would like to come and do one. And I just think, do you know what? That could be a wee intimate night. You have a wee friend over. If anybody would like to come to a wee Ouija board with Psychic Glen, let us know. I think there's a lot of taboos around it because of films like The Exorcist and things.
Yeah.
I'm certainly not saying that anybody needs to go out and get one or dabble in it or play with it. I mean, it's certainly not a toy at all.
No.
I mean, the broomstick fell twice, literally fell twice. And, you know, it was literally flew across the room, really.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
My heart was...
I like to think that spirits don't really like brooms the same way your dog doesn't like the Hoover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Dracula doesn't like crosses.
So, Gerard, transitions, you actually used to be a lot bigger.
Yeah, I used to be... It was about 21 stone here, so it was...
Yeah.
Years ago.
You'll be able to see some of the pictures if you're watching the video, folks, but if you're listening at home, make sure to go on and check out at Psychic Glen or find me on YouTube, Glen Gordon, and check out these videos, honest to God, because you'll be able to see clips as well. And what did you do really to get down? I think there's a link between spirituality and coping and certainly losing weight and things. And
yeah, big time. You have to go in. Something needs to settle in you. You know, there's a reason why you get to be a certain size.
Yeah.
And it's usually something that goes beyond just being, say, greedy or addicted to food. There's something missing in you.
Yeah.
So when something settles in you, then you're able to transition.
Yeah.
That's the way I feel. So whenever I was, say, I think it was 20 or something whenever I started to lose the weight. But something just came. It was like divine intervention.
Yeah.
So it was like just give me this willpower to do it.
Yeah.
So it was, so I just started doing it. It was born. It wasn't like I didn't do anything like.
And you've actually been in the paper and everything because of your weight loss, haven't you?
Yeah, I was on done Belfast Live a few years ago and stuff. So I did. I was studying and stuff to be a personal trainer, but now I actually work in the Falls Leisure Centre, the place that I lost the weight in.
See, it's funny how things were like kind of your place of power and became your place of employment.
100%,
which I think is sometimes awesome. And I always say, if you go to the things that you love, if you're around the things that you love, like who knows, you may be going to end up working and doing the things that you love that way. So, George, you've met some famous faces too, haven't you? Tell me some of the people that you've met.
I've met Dolly Parton, so I have a big Dolly Parton fan, but then who hasn't met this?
Well, this is it.
I know, I mean, everybody loves Dolly. Fleetwood Mac, they're my favourite band. So
could I be terrible and tell you that I don't actually know who Fleetwood Mac is?
I know.
Who is Fleetwood Mac?
I know. Fleetwood Mac, they're a band from the 70s. Well, they're really from the 60s, so they are, but from the 70s, really, they're like.
Yeah.
So people are going to comment on this.
I'm going to get killed for not knowing who Fleetwood Mac is.
He does not know.
I know who Blondie is, right? I know who Erasure is. I know who all of these other different things is. I mean, I did grow up. Gloria Estefan, Dr. B, all these different things.
But doesn't know Stevie Nicks. Psychic Glen doesn't know who Stevie Nicks is. You'll say.
You need to stay in the shot. Try and stay in the shot. See, because we couldn't get in the hut, we had to improvise a wee bit. So we're not in the hut today.
So we're like squeezed together.
Indoor, we're like squeezed together. So Fleetwood Mac, you met Fleetwood Mac?
Yeah, from my 21st birthday.
Did you?
So did, yeah, down in Dublin. Derek Okora.
I know. And what are you hanging about with fucking famous people and famous psychics and all? What is that?
I don't know what it is. So
and you're a big horror buff too, aren't you?
Oh God, yeah.
You love your Nightmare on Elm Street. We're going to do. Hopefully, you'll come on the podcast again.
Oh yeah.
In the future, and we're going to talk about. We're definitely going to be doing a lot more paranormal stuff. If you're into that sort of thing, seances, paranormal, going to spooky locations. We are doing. I always did do a wee bit on live streams anyway, but coming into the season, we're getting into darker weather. Going to be doing a lot more of that. So you're going to see probably both of us on doing a wee bit. So log on to my Facebook, folks, at Psychic Glen, where you can see some of these live streams with the Ouija board and different wee things going on. So you've had a nice experience with Psychic Glen, haven't you?
Indeed.
What's your favourite part?
Psychic ass.
Don't feel like it's that sort of podcast now. This is the demons coming out in him. You say real demon. So first you play with a Ouija board, and the next minute there's fucking.
It's because he doesn't have that pentagram up the right way. So he doesn't.
Yeah, I don't know.
But that's my OCD.
But there's a pentagram behind us we're using as a backdrop. Because we don't have my hut today. Well, it's there, but it was raining. It's Saturday morning. If you woke up to the monsoon outside, there was no way I was traipsing around there with the muck and all, you know. So I figured that out now. There's a way to get in through the local park, okay, and then there's another way you can access it, which is better because I can obviously park my car, move the whatever equipment around the night, but I wasn't traipsing through the park today, so we'll have to improvise. What about the Spirit Box? We're going to be doing some things with the Spirit Box tonight. Are you looking forward to trying it?
I can't wait.
Can you not?
We went and got a wee speaker and all for it, so
so people are able to really hear. The Spirit Box is an interesting piece of equipment. It's used basically, what it does is it creates a lot of static electricity, and then whatever spirits, entities, anything that's around is able to manipulate that static in order to actually say a message out loud. So really interested in doing it, folks. I'm going to be doing a lot more of this content in the next wee while.
We're going to try and explore a couple of different wee ways of paranormal activity. You know, like the Spirit Box, the pendulum, the Ouija board, all the different tools to potentially communicate. People at home just seem to love it. All right, you just seem to love that sort of thing. And I know it's a wee bit ironic, but this is clean. It's clean. It really is. The last episode, Jay, I said would never have a Ouija board in the house. Blah blah blah. It says we're not doing. But I wasn't like saying no. But I'm being honest. That's bad. Just fucking the whole hawker speak. We went and did it. I know.
Know what I mean?
I know.
So, folks, if you really want to know more about that, go on to the Facebook and check it out. Honestly, videos, live streams, everything. You can be fully caught up. We're going to be doing some more live interactive content this weekend, and I cannot wait. Sure, game is a badger. Nobody else will do the Ouija, but nobody else will do it. But my friend Jay decided he would. So you've been a great guest. Are you going to come on the podcast again?
Definitely.
We're going to talk about some horror shit next time because, you know, I think that's how I started Pazuzu and The Exorcist. The Blur and all the rest of it. So you've been a really great guest.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming on. Another great episode, folks. See you all again next week. Remember, if you are watching right now or listening right now and would like to get involved, maybe you would like to come on as a guest, honestly, just reach out on any of my platforms at Psychic Glen. Would love to have you on as a guest. Remember, if you want a reading right now, my team of readers are experienced. I have mediums there. They're always available to take your calls at www.psychicglen.com. Lots of love, folks. I love you all like jelly tats. I will see you all later. This is the Upper Glen podcast. Take care.